Hello, leaders. Welcome to Digital Mandate, a podcast series brought to you by Tech Disruptor Media, a brand of BNG. Today, we have Mr. Sunil Kumar, Chief Information Officer at Satin Credit Care. Thank you, Sunil, for joining us.
Sure.
So, as we start our podcast, and we know AI is there, we can see AI is ruling the world right now. But it also brings challenges. Security concerns are also there because we see many breaches and all. So, how do you find this technology is helping it more rather than uh, harming the industry?
Okay. Let me take an example of industry specific to my business. So primarily we are in a sector of lending. And we are serving a client in deep suburb area. There is a very less digital trends. So last decade is all around digitalizations of our transactions or digitalization of our system. So in 2010 to 2020, it's all are working around the papers. Then we are start translating that particular piece into a digital piece. So now it's completely translating, and we are harnessing a data from almost from a decade. We are harnessing a data, and now we have it's a good data to taking a decisions to training our models. In artificial intelligence, primarily it's a machine learning because we are harnessing data and we are trying to predict some kind of delinquency through data.
Yeah.
Or in another word, we are cut short the dormancy of our clients, so customer churning patterns. It's another piece, or early default indicators, or maybe a use case around credit worthiness while we are doing a risk-based pricing around that particular thing. So these are the couple of use cases we are working all around through AI. Yes, but while we are sharing details to any model, so what's our work around the two concepts? It's a one is the black box concept, where we hardly appeared how the algorithm is taking a decision around that particular. It's completely black box. We are filling up the data and then come up with the results. Now, slowly and gradually, industry is moving towards explainable AI, where algorithms are explainable and more transparent, and even our regulator are at point of time concerned for that particular thing.
Mm.
Okay, how these LLM models are working is that they are harnessing our data for a purpose, or maybe they are going to share the data down the line with the
Right.
another purpose as well. So transparency is slowly and gradually coming towards that particular thing, but it's comes with the cost. At point of time, computational cost of all such LLM models are
Right.
at a high side, but slowly and gradually that particular industry is also graduating. So people are start adapting that particular thing. These are the two areas: security and transparency is a must while we are performing any kind of or training any kind of LLM models. So we are logically extracting detailed results on all use cases.
Okay, so as you mentioned about cybersecurity and things, threat intelligence. So this brings me to the question that in 2023 we had DPDP Act. The government has approved that you have to follow this certain format before doing the business and maintaining your organization. So how do you find is this like it's been 2 years thing since it has been or enforced or we would like it's been passed. So how do you find how it was it challenging or how many years it will take to properly integrate in your system?
It completely depends. As a practitioner, we are running our technology ourselves. So it's a homegrown technology. So we have an edge on that particular side because we are sitting on the top of our data. So we can control a transaction from end to end. We are not dependent on any vendor to ask, okay, we have to hire a DPDP. We ourselves are responsible for that particular.
Right.
And we don't have a default fragmented data in a multiple location. We have a central one location on the data lake. So we hardly have to need a create a data lake to manage that particular stuff. So primarily, what exactly DPDP say? Okay, you have to secure the PI information due diligently. As and when client asks, you can parse the details properly, and it's same for whatsoever institutions you are sharing the details. You are the responsible to take care of that particular detail. It's just going to be used for a purpose only.
Right.
So we are using standard algorithms or encryption algorithms for maintaining our encrypted data in our system. So it's a very standard algorithms we are using. And for a purge policies, we are properly created a purge policy as and when client is asked, okay, down the line I'm not going to be trusted on your product. Kindly purge my details.
Right.
So we can do that. Even we created a nominee as well. So nominee, after a client is nominee is a custodian for our entire data set of a client of ours. So we created a nominee process for that particular thing as well. Proper disclaimers are there. Okay, what kind of information and up to what level we are going to share with our details to our regulators. For example, we have to share our details with central bank, RBI as a regulator. We have to share our detail for the CIC, for a credit bureau. So we are adhering all such things, and we are on the same time we are checking that thing. Okay, whatsoever vendor we are sharing with details, is the DPDP compliant or not? So that hardly have a cascade impact why we are containing that particular information.
That's a very insightful answer. So my next question is about what is your approach to managing IT spending and tech debt, especially balancing the short-term cost efficiency with long-term value?
Okay. So as I'm running IT department for our organization, always a cost center. Managing a cost is itself a challenging task. So ROI is always top of my mind as a leader of that particular vertical, and I am answerable as well up to a management or up to a board. Okay, whatsoever goes in, what exactly goes out.
Right.
So it's a very thin line, but at point of time, if you are proving your concepts or a proof of concept well, and you're presenting a use cases towards a management, okay, that much of money you have to put, and it's a well tested. But now you are going to execute and
Right.
scale that particular thing, so you can easily gauge up the things. Okay, whatsoever spending it's going to be, and you can manage your budget on the quarter-on-quarter basis or maybe a month-on-month basis by diversifying. Okay, that much portion I have to put towards the security, that much portion I have to put towards a new developments,
Right.
maybe a training process for adhering a new knowledge set in your team. So you have to bifurcate things towards a task. Okay, that much of weight is going to be down the line for creating that particular solution. So on that way, you can transparently manage that particular thing.
That's a very insightful session. Thank you, Sunil, for joining us. It's been wonderful to have you.
Thank you for bringing me.